Oh man, so a huge move for Cardano ADA today, up 6.5% as Bitcoin leads the charge at 4.5% up in the green today. A really big day for crypto, and we've got some serious movement on some key altcoins, which we're going to cover off, particularly Cardano, up 6.3% and now forming confluence on breaking out from a long-term trend, as well as one other key technical indicator, which I want to show to you, which if we can secure, Cardano could be heading far higher from here. So let's get straight into charts. As always, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget these videos are brought to you by NordVPN. Links in the description to get yourself 70% off of a VPN to make sure you're staying safe in crypto. Right, Cardano chart, let's get it. So we can see here on the Cardano chart, we've been creating lower highs and lower lows for a long time. We've been in this long-term downward trend ever since highs at $3 and about 16 cents, all the way to lows as low as 78 cents on Cardano. Can you believe it? 78 cents on Cardano. But the last 2 days in particular, I've seen a big movement here from ADAs. Bitcoin has managed to stretch its legs. Even though Bitcoin was in a red day yesterday, Cardano had a really strong day yesterday, opening up at 87 cents and closing at 91 cents. Today, it opened up at 91 cents and we're currently sitting at 97. So really big movements here from Cardano. We've had highs of 98.8 cents, so really touching upon $1, and that's going to be a key psychological lever to get above $1 and retest $1 and then work its way beyond. But the key thing we're seeing right now is, can we get this break of trend? You're looking at this white line here. Can we get a breakout of here? Can we get a retest of this long-term trend, something like this, even if it needs to come all the way down, and then create a higher low and then exit from this pattern? That's what we want to see. The key points are going to be, we want to be able to get out and retest. Then we're going to want to create a higher high above this pivot here. Okay, so this pivot point here, we need to get above it. So when we work our way back up, let's say we retest, we want to get above this point and then onwards. Okay, thereafter, the next key pivot point is going to be here at the 161 level. So we've got a lot of work to do before then. We've got to break through first 122, and then we need to work our way towards 161. But we've got some really good news here. And if I bring on the EMA ribbon, you can see something really interesting starting to happen. If we can hold this candle above, let's just get zoomed in here. If we can hold this candle above 97 cents, if we close the daily candle here on Cardano above 97 cents, that would be a close of a daily candle above the EMA ribbon, which could suggest a flipping of the trend to a bullish stance, as long as we can build from that and have successive green candles. Now, some will say, yeah, but we had that here and then we fell straight back down, and we had that here and we fell straight back down. Yes, but the difference is now we're hoping that the market can sustain a move, and we're hoping that Bitcoin can lead the charge, have a period of green candle days itself, and then these altcoins are perfectly set up for a move. Now, a lot of people hate on Cardano. For whatever reason, it's treated like Marmite. And I've never understood one thing. Like, I personally hold Cardano. I believe in Cardano. It's got an allocation in my portfolio. But what's always weird for me is the amount of, like, people who go out of their way to hate Cardano, as if Charles Hodgkinson has personally come and, like, I don't know, slapped their family or something. Like, why are they so against Cardano? What happened? I don't see this happening with many other coins. I'll give you an example. Somebody literally commented in one of previous videos saying, you're not going to get my sub because Cardano mug in the background. I mean, forget that. That's not the only mug, because that guy's a mug too, right? He needs to do one. Who cares? So it's just weird. Like, if you're not investing in a coin, don't invest in it. But I always find it weird when somebody's like trying to actively go in the comments, oh my God, Cardano's rubbish. Don't invest in Cardano. Just take your money out if you had any. I don't know why you're so upset about it or heard about it. What did Charles Hodgkinson do something to you? Like, do you know him? But yeah, just crazy how people are so against it. There's so many coins which I don't like. I just don't talk about them, right? Easy. I don't need to tell you guys not to invest in a certain coin unless it's a scam or unless there's something I want to alert you to. But these people are just doing it just to be anti-Cardano for some reason. So yeah, whatever. So clearly we've got this dynamic. You've got a love-hate relationship with Cardano. But for me, the reason it sits in my portfolio and it sits comfortably in my portfolio is, I've spoken about this plenty of times, we're going to have a race towards layer 1 solutions, right? And I want to make sure I'm positioned in all the key layer 1 solutions that have a percentage probability or chance of being the de facto winner in this space. And I don't think there's going to be one winner. I reckon there's going to be 3, 4, maybe even 5 of these key ones. And that's why I want to position myself in a Cardano in Solana, in Algorand, in Luna, in Avalanche, in Phantom, just so we can have that. I've still got Ethereum, right? So that just so we can position ourselves for whichever layer one solution is best for purpose going forward into the future. And like you can see now, when Bitcoin starts moving, what are the coins that are moving today? You've got ADA, probably one of the biggest movers in the top bunch today, up 6%. You've got Solana moving 5% today. We've got VeChain moving 5%, okay? Yesterday, we got Phantom moving another 5%, and it moved yesterday, even though Bitcoin was down yesterday. Okay, so we're seeing layer one solutions really start to move, and that is really interesting for the space. Now, what else are we seeing? Well, what we are seeing is that we need to close this candle above our weekly. As long as we can do that, that's going to be a really big sign for us to have an explosive move to the upside. And for those of you who are wondering, when you look at this chart like this, it's absolutely absurd. Because the thing I want to say is, if we're here, if you're sitting here at a 97 cents even Cardano, are you saying that the Cardano project here is less than the Cardano project here? Have they achieved nothing in this interim here? And the answer is Cardano is a far better ecosystem, far more complete ecosystem. They've achieved so much since their highs of $3.16. And that is why you can see that what the market is doing is it's just taking out its anger on certain coins, and you can see it's bleeding to the downside. There's no rationality behind this. It's just the fact that if we look at DeFi Llama, you can see when Cardano was sitting at 316, there was no Alonzo smart contracts, right? The fork hadn't been completed. There was no total value lock. At least now, you've got Cardano sitting at position 26 from nothing. It's at position 26 on DeFi Llama in terms of total value locked. It's got $250 million in DeFi locked, and you're seeing it grow steadily at 53% here over the last 7 days. That's no mean feat to grow 50% over the last 7 days. Now, if we click into Cardano, you can see the individual projects now being built. We can actually talk about projects, right? When Cardano was sitting at 316, you could argue it was overvalued because they didn't create anything, etc., etc. But what are you going to say now when they've actually got projects? You've actually got MinSwap sitting here at almost 200 million in total value locked. You've got SundaySwap with another 100 million in total value locked. Things are starting to be created. They've got a DEX. Things are starting to get moving. And yes, they've still got plenty to do. Yes, they've still got more marketing to do. They've got to get and attract more great developers onto the ecosystem, and it's not going to be easy. Why? Because the competition is fierce. You've got, if you're a developer, if you're a dApp developer right now, you can go onto Phantom, you can go onto Avalanche, you can go onto the options to go onto Polkadot, that you can, there's so many different options for you to go and build on, that to do so on Cardano, it has to be a compelling reason. And that is why it's going to be a difficult race going forward, but still Cardano has a position in my portfolio as a hedge. And the reason I always describe it as a hedge is I see Cardano as being very different to how other layer one solutions grow. So some of you may have heard me say this before, but other layer one solutions think fast and break things. Think of like a Mark Zuckerberg in the way he built Facebook, right? They built quickly, they grew rapidly, really good for stock price and stock value, and people loved Facebook from an investment point of view, but they moved fast, they broke things, and they upset a lot of people along the way. Then you have a company such as, let's say, more of an Amazon. Now, an Amazon with Jeff Bezos moves a bit more methodically, right? There wasn't much profitability for many, many years. He was focused on turnover, focused on building the engine, building the warehouses, building the actual business behind the scenes. And for me, I feel that's what Cardano is doing. They're doing everything from a peer-reviewed approach. They're doing everything from an academic approach. Everything is scientific. Everything is methodical, and it's not done through hype, right? You can see when Charles Hoskinson, if he just wanted to drive the price, he could have launched some really rubbish AMMs really early on, right? And it must have been very difficult for him, guys. Imagine as the founder of a project like Cardano with high expectations, with a high market cap at the time, you've got projects like Phantom on his coattails, moving really quickly, Avalanche, Luna, all these great projects, really driving up their total value locked and really putting pressure on him, right? It could have been really easy for him to just allow some shoddy launch of the Alonzo Smart Fork, to allow these dApp developers to come and build. Maybe the system would have got hacked and you hope things get fixed and move on, like have happened with many other layer one solutions. We've seen hacks, right? And people have just, swept it under the carpet and continued. But no, he wants to do things slow and methodically. And for me, that deserves a position in my portfolio until things change. Until he either proves me wrong, he fails to deliver, he overpromises and doesn't deliver. then at that point I would then rotate some of these positions to other plays. But for now, Cardano is a part of my portfolio, and it's definitely a very long-term hold. And sitting here at 97 cents, to have an opportunity to buy this below $1 again, an absolute bargain. And I don't think it's going to be here for too much longer, particularly with Bitcoin getting ready to roar to higher highs here within this wedge, particularly if Bitcoin can break out of its wedge. If you haven't seen my video on Bitcoin earlier today, I'm going to link that up at the end of this video. But if Bitcoin can break out of this wedge to the upside at 44.5, then these altcoins are really going to get moving. And trust me, the layer one solutions is where the battle is going to be fought over the 3 to 4 months. There you have it, guys. There is an update on Cardano. If you appreciate this blend between technicals and fundamentals on some of your favorite altcoins, make sure you smash up the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And don't forget, NordVPN are helping us to bring you these videos. Go support them. Check the link in the description below. You'll get 70% off a 2-year plan to make sure you're staying safe in crypto. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to link up the card to the video I posted a few hours ago on why Bitcoin is pumping and why Bitcoin broke above 43,000 earlier today, just hours ago. I explained everything in that video. So head over there, comment on that video as well. Let me know that you watched it, and I'll see you in the next.